Alright, so before we start the video, I just want to let you guys know that I currently have a $100 Amazon gift card giveaway going on the channel right now. If you look at the top right of your screen, there should be a link popping up. Make sure you guys click that link and follow the very simple instructions down in the pinned comment of that video so you'll be eligible to enter the giveaway. Also, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I do one of these giveaways. And also, other cool videos that will be posted to this channel. Thank you guys, and let's get straight into the video. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, week 3 of the NFL season is coming up. And for the Chicago Bears, they will be taking on the Indianapolis Colts on the road, looking to redeem themselves after that crushing loss on Sunday Night Football. In this video, as always, I'm going to give my 3 keys to the game on what the Bears should do to be able to win this game. So, without further ado, let's get into it. What's up, guys? KT here, back at it with another video. Today, we're doing the Bears. Bears will be completing their 2-game road trip when they go into Indianapolis to take on the Indianapolis Colts. This is a game the Bears should win. They're a little bit better than this Colts team, but there are some things that they can do to be able to help themselves secure a win and go back home with a 2-1 record. So, without further ado, let's get straight into the first key of the game. My first key, and this should be a pretty obvious key. The Bears have to run the ball against this Indianapolis Colts team. I don't know what it is, what's been the problem with this Bears running game so far early in the season, but it has just not been good. Part of that is due to commitment to the run, part of that is due to personnel, and it's just due to poor execution on the plays. But so far, this Bears running game has not been able to get going. Now, granted, the Bears offense has been going up against some very, very ferocious defensive lines. The Titans have that great interior. The Texans had that great outside defensive line. This week, they're going against the Indianapolis Colts. And also on top of that, DeForest Buckner, their best defensive lineman, interior defensive lineman, has just been put on the IR with, I think, an ankle sprain or an ankle injury, something like that. But even with DeForest Buckner, this Colts team cannot stop the run at all. They give up 237 rushing yards per game. I know it's only early season, so those numbers are inflated, but geez, last week, Josh Jacobs rushed for 151 yards against this very same Colts defense. If the Bears cannot get their running game going against this defense, I don't know what to think about that running game. I think we need to switch the scheme up a little bit too. We need to get back to a downhill running game, get the quarterback under center, hand the ball off, get your running backs going downhill between the tackles, as the outside zone running game for the Bears has just not been working. This is a perfect opportunity for the Bears to get their run game going and get into a rhythm, because that's what the run game is. It's a part of the offense that needs to be in a rhythm to get going. I think Roschon Johnson should see his fair share of carries, as DeAndre Swift has been largely ineffective. Khalil Herbert has been largely ineffective on 3rd and shorts. I think it's time to give Roschon Johnson a look, especially when you get into those 3rd and short situations. But yeah, man, this Colts defense, if you can't run the ball against this Colts defense, I don't know what to tell you. I think the Bears should at least come away with at least 125 yards rushing on the day. So yeah, my first key would to get that run game going. Hopefully Kari Blasingame comes back. If he's not on IR, maybe that will help the run game get going. But yeah, get that run game going against this Colts defense, as they are very, very, very susceptible to it. Point number 2. The Bears have to keep Anthony Richardson inside the pocket. Anthony Richardson is one of my favorite players to watch. Big guy, 6'4", only 22 years old, coming out of Florida, big arm, blazing fast speed. He has all the physical attributes and traits that you would like a quarterback to have. Still a very young player trying to find his way in this league. Has a very good supporting cast of talent with Jonathan Taylor, Josh Downs, Alec Pierce, Michael Pittman Jr., Adai Mitchell, who they just drafted. They have a good tight end in Mo Alley Cox. They still got some veterans on that offensive line like Ryan Kelly and Quentin Nelson. So Anthony Richardson has a lot of talent on that team. Despite having all that talent, though, last week against the Green Bay Packers, that Packers defense shut them down. And it wasn't until like the final few minutes of that game in which the Colts finally were able to break through. And mainly the key to success against the Colts offense is you got to make Anthony Richardson throw from the pocket. For all that Anthony Richardson does, with his athleticism, the way he's able to roll outside the pocket, he's basically impossible to stop when he gets rolling downhill. But for all that, for all his great athletic feats, when you force him to stay inside that pocket and process and go through all these pre-snap processes and read the coverage, go through all these pre-snap adjustments, he's less effective inside the pocket than he is outside. The Texans learned that the hard way when he somehow was able to bullet one, just launch it 60 yards in the air. But we aren't the Texans. We were able to keep C.J. Stroud in check somewhat in that Sunday Night Football game. And hey, you can't really say that about the Texans offense often, is when you're able to keep that Texans offense in check, only holding them to 19 points and holding C.J. Stroud to just an okay game by his standards. You should have success against a guy like Anthony Richardson, who hasn't really found his way yet, carving that way to being a post and pre-snap processor. So my thing is, if the Bears are able to keep Anthony Richardson inside that pocket and not let him get outside that pocket, you can beat this team. You can force him to make some very questionable throws. You can force him to make some very questionable mistakes, and he'll take a few sacks as well. So, keeping Anthony Richardson inside that pocket is a big, big key for me. You do not want him getting outside the pocket and going down the field and just getting on the move. With his athleticism and his size, he's basically impossible to stop coming downhill. So the Bears need to collapse that pocket. They need to send some blitzes at him and make him read the defense and, kind of confuse him like they did Stroud last week. And I bet you the things that weren't a turnover with C.J. Stroud last week will definitely turn into a turnover with Anthony Richardson. That being said, I think Anthony Richardson still will be a great QB in this league, but not this week, buddy. Point number 3, the Bears must get their vertical passing game going. Along with the running game, this passing game has been subpar, if not horrible, so far in this season. And through 2 games, the Bears have played some brutal defensive lines. This week, you're not going against that. And I'd argue that the Indianapolis Colts have one of the worst secondaries in the entire league. They give up explosive plays like crazy. And, for the Bears, the team that's been struggling trying to find their way with their passing offense, their quarterback is kind of struggling with his accuracy. He's not getting as much time in the pocket as he would like. This team is tailor-made to go down the field on. And I thought the Texans defense, gave up a lot of explosive plays down the field. This Colts defense, they might possibly be one of the worst defenses in the entire league. I'm not saying that they don't have talent on that defense, but it's just not. Our team is much better. Our receiving core is much better than their secondary. And I feel like we're going to have our chances to go downfield. So, clearly the horizontal stuff for the Bears isn't working. And we need to try to find a way to put up points and get our quarterback in rhythm. Which is a better way than going downfield? So far, with the offensive line struggles and, Caleb being a rookie, the Bears haven't been able to connect. I think this is the perfect week to get DJ Moore going down the field, to set up some double moves with Rome Odunze. Hopefully Keenan Allen is back. He's also a nice intermediate downfield weapon. We need to go down the field on this Colts defense, as we can put up some points against this Colts defense. I truly believe that. But it all starts with, can we protect Caleb efficiently? And can we draw up the right plays to go vertical down the field efficiently? If the Bears are able to do that, if Shane Waldron draws up some plays that will give his quarterback enough time to launch that ball downfield, and if they're also able to run the ball well on Sunday, the Bears should have no problem pushing that ball downfield, and they should have no problem putting up points. So overall, I think I have the Bears winning this game. I think this is the game the Bears offense finally breaks through. I have the Bears winning 27-10. Listen, this Colts team has talent, especially on their offense. They have young players everywhere on that offense. You know, they still got Jonathan Taylor. I mentioned Alec Pierce, Adai Mitchell, Michael Pittman Jr. You know, they had Josh Downs if he plays. But at the same time, this Colts team put up 3 points for the majority of the game last Sunday against the Green Bay Packers. And our defense was able to hold the Texans offense to 19 points. And that was with a better team and a better quarterback, should I say, and with C.J. Stroud. This week you're going against a young, unproven quarterback in Anthony Richardson, who's not as good of a pure processor as C.J. Stroud. And you're going against an offense that really struggled last week. And with this Bears defense, the way they've been aggressive, they've been getting to the quarterback, they've been trying to make things happen with the turnovers. This team is a ball hawk heavy team, so they're going to be looking for that ball in the air. Couple that with Anthony Richardson's ability to make some questionable decisions with the ball, I think the Bears should have an easy time getting some defensive turnovers and stopping this Colts offense. As for the Bears offense themselves, you know, this Colts defense is going to give up a lot of explosive plays, especially on the ground. But this is a week I feel like Caleb will settle down. I feel like the line will play a little bit better as well, not having to go against DeForest Buckner, who's one of the best DTs in the entire league. I feel like they're going to be able to settle down, get into their sets. If play calling is better, I feel like Caleb will be able to hit his man downfield. They'll give him a few more chances to go down the field as well. And I feel like the Bears can finally break through and start getting this offense going. I think Caleb Williams will pass for his first NFL touchdown, and that's why I pretty much have the score being 27-10. I think the Bears go ahead and get that win before they come back home to Soldier Field. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. Who do you guys have winning? Do you have the Colts or do you have the Bears? Let me know how and why down there, and I'll definitely read them. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider subscribing to the channel and liking the video, as it helps the channel grow. Make sure you guys hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I drop one of these Bears videos. Make sure you guys also follow me on social media. The links will be in the description. I post a lot of good things there. I'm very opinionated as well. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Bear down, and I'm out. Peace.